around us. Writing on the wall for fucking Apple, ladies and gentlemen. This is it. They have hit the iceberg. They are sinking. They are on the way to the ocean floor. Because apparently iPhone 14 pre-orders are down. Like, significantly. And apparently there is wait time of more than 4 weeks to get any of these devices. And it is, quote, unclear whether Apple will increase shipment forecasts of its Pro models, but there's a growing chance that it will cut orders of the 14 and the 14 Plus, which only account for about 45% of the entire lineup's shipment. So we were just talking about this before, AJ, and you made the point that the biggest iPhones are the ones that actually get bought the most, and that seems to be the case here.
Interesting.
That
I was just going out of my butt there.
Yeah, like 55% of the orders seem to be the bigger phones. And like I said yesterday, I went to Verizon because I thought, I put this show together on what, Wednesday, Nick? Thursday?
Yeah, Thursday.
And I had read this article and I knew that they didn't have a lot of stock and that pre-orders were down across the board. And I fucking still walked in there and was like, yeah, this will be no problem. I'll be able to get one right off the shelf. Nope. They did not have them. So also, the iPhone 14 and 14 Plus are expected to be in stock in retail store on launch days, which if you didn't get them by this weekend, they're done. But it is reflecting lackluster demand. So like this is like the two small models, and this is what we're talking about specifically. They're like these two smaller models, really, like who are they for? You know what I mean?
I don't know. That's a weird thing to me. Like even when I got my newish whenever it came out, the Galaxy S10 Plus, and I got the medium model because it's like I feel like it's the popcorn thing at the movie theater where they purposely have the different sizes to where it's a trick, and you're like, well, naturally the value of the next level up might as well kick in the extra couple bucks to get the Mac Daddy version. Like I feel like it's the same kind of deal with the iPhone.
Well, I think the other thing, Nick, you actually said it, was that phones were getting smaller and smaller for years, and then all of a sudden video became viable across cell phone networks.
But if you want to attribute that to me.
Yeah, it's like the year we discovered you could watch porn on your phone and then the screens were getting bigger and bigger and bigger again.
Yeah, it's like, I need bigger dicks on my screen.
More pixels, please.
please. I need to see the pictures,
In the pictures.
pictures. So yeah, and also from like the iPhone, what is it? As it stands, they say that the pre-order results of the 14 and 14 Plus are worse than the third generation iPhone SE and iPhone 13 mini. That Apple had cut orders of both third generation iPhone SE and 13 mini in the first half of 2022 due to low demand. So these are even lower than that. And that was the strategy they took, was just cutting the production in half.
I feel like this is probably like a big kick in the dick after all the the chip shortage and supply chain, and now it's like, everybody's kind of just not interested.
Yeah, I mean, if you have the Pixel Plus package, though, Nick,
that's
you
true.
Can, you get YouTube Premium, you get a new phone, they wash your car, they shave your ass. Like, what else?
That's true.
It's all for like the low price of $40 a month or something,
45.
Right?
So to be clear, they lowered their pre-order availability, and they're still not reaching demand. Like they cut the pre-orders, and now people can't get their hands on the phone.
Yeah, they cut the pre-orders of the two lower models, and even that still isn't meeting expectations.
That's insane to me.
Which, I mean, I guess a lot of people, listen, old people need the bigger one, right? Because they can't see. Teenagers want the bigger one because they want to flex.
Mm-hmm.
So it's definitely the millennials that are ruining the iPhone market.
Again, millennials at it again. They just can't keep them to themselves.
Ruining every industry.
Ruin everything.
Killing Applebee's. Now we can't get small phones.
Apple and Applebee's, the two big ones.
Wait, what happened to Applebee's?
They're going.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know. You probably know more than I do. I've seen the articles where it's like Applebee's is struggling because millennials don't go to chain restaurants.
Yeah, I don't know if it was the Applebee's like CEO or just some like blogger guy who just wanted to throw shade at the millennials, but it's like, yeah, millennials are killing the the Applebee's industry, like that level. Of
I gotta
Applebee's
be
shows,
honest.
no one's going there anymore.
We got
be-
our own industry.
But the problem is that killing is like an act. You know what I mean? It's an act
right.
of violence. Like
Well,
it is a
relieving
direct
it.
thing.
Pat, let me ask you
I
this.
feel like by just not going somewhere, you're not really killing something. You're more or less just leaving it to
Pat,
die.
if
You know?
Pat, if you go on vacation
Okay.
and you leave all your 9 cats here and don't feed them, you're still killing them by non-action.
I mean,
It's
yeah.
not our responsibility to keep Applebee's alive.
Okay, there we go. That's what I'm trying to get to. Is that Applebee's really isn't my fucking problem now?
Applebee's
Is it?
the stray cat that got into the house.
You know what I'm saying? Applebee's isn't really my shit, so to speak. You know, I got enough going on that I got to worry about fucking Applebee's too.
Applebee's really got to pull themselves up by their bootstraps.
Honestly, you know, like a practical joke. Pull on your bootstraps so hard that they broke.
Yeah.
Anyway, for the iPhone 14 Plus in particular, the pre-order result is significantly lower than expected, as the model that effectively replaces the quote mini form factor in the latest iPhone lineup, the 6.1 inch and the 6.7 displays now being the only options, said that Apple's product segmentation strategy for the standard model has failed this year. Which, listen, I said that when we first looked at them,
Oh yeah.
that there was a lot to take in. And it seems like a very broad brush. You know what I mean? Plus, these phones are over $1,000 now.
That's the thing I
Yeah.
don't get. Like
Who's affording that?
you know, like I went when you guys were talking about new phones last week. I went and looked up the latest Pixels, like $600. And it's like that's compared to you guys are talking about spending $1,600 on your new phone. I'm like, fuck that.
Yeah, and well, that was the only thing that makes it worth it is that I get like an $800 trade in on my phone. And the more time I wait to do that, my phone year after year, my phone gets less valuable. So it's like I might as well just do it now because then the fucking $1,200, $1,500 phone, it's really only going to cost me like $800. You know what I mean? And I get a brand new phone. Plus, I went to the store and I played with that dynamic island thing. That shit's tight. All right, I'm there.
I'll spend like $1,000 on a phone. To me, like my phone does so much in my daily life. Between my alarm clock, I can arm my house alarm with it. I can check my bank account. I can do all this different crap. It's the single device that I use most every day
This
of my
is
life.
the
I'll
only-
spend $1,000 on it.
This is the only device I use to wake up, bank, and jerk off all in the same morning routine. You know what I mean?
I'll get the $1,200 version of it. Yeah.
Like that's it for me. You know what I
Well,
mean? Like,
my question is, how many times, you know, like
do I
in a
jerk
di-
off with
in-
this?
No,
with
no,
this
no,
phone?
not quite.
Okay.
How many times are you willing to keep paying over $1,000? You know what I mean? It's like how many
Yeah, that's a
times
good
are you
point.
going to keep re-upping?
Well,
on
it's
the
really
next
only
best
like
thing?
700 for if you
for
trade
every
in.
for every
If you
wank.
trade up. Yeah.
For every wank, it's $700.
I'm trying to think of like all those things that you said it does. I'm like trying to come up with a cool like an acronym where you got your wanking, your banking. What else?
Boom.
What else does it do?
Waking, wanking, and banking. Yeah,
Yeah.
there we go.
Exactly. I'll buy a new phone once because I have the S10 Plus, which came out, 2020? No, early in that, maybe 2018, 19. I'll keep a phone. At this point, like I had the last iPhone I had was the 7, and I had that thing for like 5 years, 6 years. So I'll
Yeah.
keep my phone for about 5 years before I upgrade.
Well, that's the thing is that I said I wanted to be the guy with the old phone. Like when I pull out a phone at parties, like, oh, let me get your number or something like that, right? Like I
Freaking
wanted to be like,
jitterbug.
damn, how fucking old is your phone, old man Jenkins? Like that's the reaction I was looking for. But like I said, my phone gets less and less valuable with each year. So the incentive to upgrade immediately is there. You know, monetarily, it
go.
makes sense. But the satellite phone thing, like I don't really need that shit. Like I'm
Until
not
you get lost in the desert.
True, and the other thing was that Liz was like, maybe we should get them before we go to the Grand Canyon, and I'm like, where the fuck you think I'm going? That it doesn't have a roof nearby in the Grand Canyon. You know what I mean? Like
You're going to get 127 houred, and you're going to wish
Yeah.
you had that.
That satellite
Whatever
phone.
bro,
satellite
I
phone.
will listen. I'll cut my own fucking arm off. Okay, I'll do it. all right?
Which one?
Which one would I cut off?
Yeah.
Well, I guess whichever
Probably
one
the
the
one
Rock
that's stuck.
crushes. Yeah, probably the one that's stuck.
What about your Captain America tattoo?
What about it?
What if you had to cut it off?
If I had to cut, okay, hold on.